My in-laws thought I was an illegal immigrant, not knowing I owned their apartment complex. I met Emily at a coffee shop 3 years ago. We started talking and didn't stop for 4 hours. 6 months later, I asked her to marry me. She said yes, but I hadn't met her parents yet. They lived 2 states away and Emily said they were complicated. The first time I went to their apartment, her mom opened the door and her face went white. She looked me up and down, my brown skin, my accent, my work boots. "Where are you from?" she asked before I could even say hello. "Indiana?" I said. "No, where are you really from?" Emily jumped in. "Mom, this is David, my fiance." Her dad came up behind her. "Does he have papers?" he whispered to Emily. Not quiet enough. We ate dinner in silence. They asked questions the whole time. "What kind of business?" Her dad's voice was sharp. "Property management," I said. He nodded. "Like a lawn care service?" "No, sir. I manage apartment buildings." "Oh, so you're like a janitor?" Emily slammed her fork down. "Stop!" After dinner, I heard them in the kitchen while Emily was in the bathroom. "We need to look into this guy. You saw his truck. It's beat up. He probably doesn't even have a green card," her mom whispered. I left without saying goodbye. Emily cried in the car, but it kept happening. Every visit, every holiday. Her dad would make comments about building the wall. Her mom would ask if I knew cheap cleaners. At Thanksgiving, her uncle asked if I was here on a work visa. Emily defended me every time, but I could see it wearing her down. We got married anyway. Small ceremony. Her parents left early. What they didn't know was I'd been buying property since I was 19. My dad was a contractor, taught me everything. When he died, he left me enough to buy my first duplex. I fixed it up myself, rented it out, bought another one. By the time I met Emily, I owned 11 properties, small apartment buildings. I did the maintenance myself because I liked the work. Emily knew, but she knew her parents wouldn't believe it, wouldn't care. Then last month, Emily's parents called crying. Their landlord was selling the building. They had 60 days to move, been living there 8 years. The rent in that area had gone crazy. Everything was twice what they were paying. They were retired, living on Social Security. They couldn't afford it. Emily was panicking, asking if I knew anyone who owned apartments in that area. I didn't say anything for a minute. Then I told her, "Babe, I own their building." "What?" "I bought it 4 months ago. 6 units. Your parents are in unit 3B. She went quiet, then started laughing. That kind of laugh that's half crying. "You've owned their apartment for 4 months? I was going to tell you, but then they got the notice before the sale went through. I figured I'd let it play out." The next weekend, we drove to their place. I brought the new lease agreements. Her parents answered the door looking exhausted. Boxes everywhere. "We found a place," her dad said. "Smaller and more expensive, but we don't have a choice." I sat down at their kitchen table, the same one where her dad asked if I was a janitor. "Actually, you do have a choice." I slid the lease across the table. Her mom picked it up. "What is this?" "Your new lease. Same apartment, same rent. I'm your new landlord." Her dad's face went red. "This is a joke." "No, sir. I bought this building in June. I own it, along with 16 other properties in 3 states. I pulled out my phone, showed them the LLC documents, the property records, everything. "You're telling me," her dad's voice was shaking, "that you've owned our apartment this whole time? 4 months. And I wasn't going to raise your rent. I don't do that to people on fixed incomes. But you should know who your landlord is before you sign." Her mom sat down, put her face in her hands. Her dad looked at the lease, then at me. "I owe you an apology," he said quietly. "Yes, sir, you do. But I'll still fix your leaky faucet on Tuesday." I stood up to leave, turned back at the door. "Oh, and for the record, I was born in Fort Wayne, same high school as Larry Bird, and I've paid more in property taxes this year than most people make in salary. I'm not bragging, I'm telling you so. Maybe next time you won't judge somebody based on what they look like or what truck they drive." We left. Emily grabbed my hand in the parking lot. Her dad called 2 days later, asked if we could have dinner. Start over. I said yes, because that's what Emily wanted. But I made him come to our house this time, the one I built myself.